What up, guys? It's your boy Rome, man. I'm here to do a recap of the Hunger 2 that just went down, man. It's crazy. Y'all gotta forgive me. My voice is sore. I lost my voice from yelling all day, and also I drove like from 5:30 a.m. up to New York, and then like I drove five and a half hours there, 5.5 hours back. So did like 11 hours of driving a day, and stood up for like 8 straight hours watching these battles. So, but I'm doing this for y'all, man. I got home, turned on the camera, cool. Let's do the vlog. So let's do it, man. First battle of the night was Ty versus Geechee Gotti. Ty won a coin toss, so Geechee went first. Geechee had a dope round, you know what I mean? It was a dope round, and then but it was nothing too crazy. And then Ty, he spazzed in his first round. Like he spazzed crazy in his first round. He said some crazy shit like I'll pistol whip his shit before we get the sound out. Doctor did him like a Pez dispenser. Gotta pull the head back to pull a round out. That was crazy. That shit was crazy, man. That shit was ridiculous. And Ty had one of those rounds where you like, man, I don't know if Gotti's gonna survive all 3 rounds because it was a clear win for Ty in the first round. Clear as day. So it's the round one, Ty, no debating. Round two, it's like Geechee Gotti turns into a different person the later he gets in his battles because he did nothing but get better. In his second round, Geechee snapped, man. Geechee snapped. The second was the best round of the battle, and he went ballistic his second round of the battle. It's crazy. Geechee starts going. He said something like pack it up. If you was looking for an easy win, then stop looking, loser. You say you tired of hearing gun bars. Well, tell them to stop booking shooters. Oh, that shit was cold. Man. That shit was cold. You feel me? So like, he was coming with that stuff, that real talk, and that second, and it was hitting, man. It was hitting hard in the building, and Ty came back and he had a dope round, but it wasn't enough for Geechee's second. Geechee had too much in his second. And then the third, Geechee went and he had another dope round. You know what I mean? It wasn't as crazy as the second, but it was still dope. Um, and then Ty went and he had a hard stumble, like a hard stumble. There's a difference between a stumble, a hard stumble, and a choke. So he had a hard stumble. So the difference is like if you have a stumble, that's where like you mess up a word or two and then just gotta really quickly repeat it just to get it right. Um, like a heavy stumble is when you like forget what your words for like you forget what you gotta say next. You know what I mean? So like you start to like repeat it real quick so the crowd don't notice, but like then you like fuck. You know what I mean? That's like that, and then it's like, yo, I got it. Because once he said fuck, everybody, like oh, because that's how people do. But he got it right back real quick. Um, so it wasn't nothing crazy. Um, but it was still a choke. So most people in the building gave Geechee the third as well. Um, a hard stumble, not choke. Still a hard stumble, whatever. But because Geechee Gotti got through his rounds clean, Geechee got the battle 2-1, man. 2-1, second and third round. Next battle on the card, Styles versus Ziggs. This battle, it was pretty dope. First round, Styles went first. He had some shit. He said some shit like the long ladder hanging out. I'm trying to land a chopper or something crazy like that. And that was a room rocker. Like he had something crazy. But Zigzag's first was just too much for him, man. Zigzag went second. Zigzag's first was just too much for him. Yeah, at least in the first round. But the second round, Styles got the second round. Now Zigzag also stumbled in the second round. I think he stumbled twice in the second round. It was light stumbles, but they were still stumbles. It was where he just had to get them back, But like, yeah, they were light stumbles, but they were still stumbles. So I gave the second round to Styles. Third round, I would say is a preference, but in my personal opinion, I feel like Zigzag landed more and worked the room a lot better. And he did something in his third round that was really dope that left an impression on everybody's mind. Everybody's gonna remember what he did against Styles in this third round. So like, props to him for doing something memorable. You know what I mean? Like performance is a major part of battle rap. So props to him on doing that. Yeah, I got this battle 2-1, 2-1 Zigzag. The next battle was on the card was Snake Eyes versus Black Mugga. This battle was really dope, man. The first was so debatable, man. Black Mugga went first, and Black Mugga was on his stuff, and everybody, like, after Black Mugga was hitting a couple of haymakers, everyone was like, "Yo, is this Black Mugga?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like that. Like, Black Mugga was coming out dope. You feel me? And then Snake Eyes came out, and he was like just going on him, just going. Like, Snake Eyes was just cooking. You feel me? He said some crazy stuff, and then I don't remember anything he said from that round, but it was a dope round, and I probably edged around to Snake Eyes, but it's debatable, man. It's debatable. That first round's probably a preference, but I probably edged it to Snake Eyes. The second round, Mugga came okay, but you could tell that he left it. It was a beatable round, and Snake Eyes beat the round. So Snake Eyes got round 2, and then when it comes to round 3, man, Mugga came about as crazy as he did in the second, but it just wasn't enough, man. Snake came crazy in the third. He had this haymaker like I poke him in the eye. Now he could see him. I see him. Like, ugh, like that was cold. Like it was something like that. Like, you know, it was crazy. That battle was crazy. So I got Snake Eyes 3-0. But if you want to say that Black Mugga got the first, then that's cool. You feel me? I can't hate on that. So then the next battle was the battle of the night. Now this is the 4th battle out of the 9 battles that are supposed to go down. So the 4th battle is the main event. Ryder vs. Chef Trez. The second that Norb said Ryder vs. Chef Trez up next, everybody left the smoking room. Everybody left everything. Came straight to the middle of the room because there wasn't no stage. It's a room. So everybody came to the middle of the room, tried to get their spot. This battle was insane, man, and there were so many bars in this. Y'all don't understand, man. I wish this was the best $30 that I spent all month. If y'all don't understand how important it is to be in the building, you don't know when these battles gonna drop. These battles was fire, man. Ryder vs. Trez was ridiculous, man. Chef won the coin toss. Ryder went first. Ryder is a problem, man. I want y'all to understand that. This fool landed bar to bar, back to back to back, the entire battle. Haymakers, not just bars. Haymakers. And there's a difference. This fool said, he said like out the gate, like in the first round, he said the new chopper, you'll see this is bound to be a drastic sight. Norbs, you should have kept me in Glueasy, cause I was gonna let him spit, then let this spit. And I wanted to see if him and Big K really sound alike. Oh, that was cold. When he said that, I was like, this battle's gonna be crazy. And he said that out the gate, you feel me? Out the gate. So it was like, dang, like, it's gonna be a long night. And Ryder had a solid first round, you feel me? A solid first round. And it's on Trez. Trez didn't go for a rebuttal this round, which is cool. But you know, like, he didn't go for a rebuttal that round. Trez was talking that real shit, man. He was talking that real shit. You know what I mean? Like he came with a couple dope angles, but he had some bars, man. He is just another bar fest. Like, he had bars and angles, but like those bars that was hitting, they was hitting, man. And like these haymakers that they was hitting too, and nothing was missing from either one of them. Everything was hitting. And y'all gotta remember, Trez came literally dolo. Trez was by himself. He walked up to the event by himself. Nobody came because like some stuff got messed up with his flight or whatever, so they had to literally book him this morning. So he had to fly this morning, and he had to battle and then get back on his plane and go right back. So it was like a bunch of craziness, and like so he ain't slept in like a long time because he was supposed to fly out like at midnight or some crazy shit. So he been up the whole time. So he battled on like pretty much no sleep, but like no excuses period. He still knew all his material. You feel me? But yeah, Trez spit some crazy stuff in that first, man. So yeah, that first, it's more of a preference, man. And I'm debating with myself right now. But I'm gonna give Ryder the first. I'm gonna give Ryder the first. I'm okay with that. Now in the second round, Ryder goes. Ryder does not miss one punchline. When I say you can go an entire round without having one dry spot, there was no dry spots in either one of their second rounds. No dry spots. How does that happen? That's two killers that are battling each other. Y'all don't understand how crazy this battle was, man. The back and forth was ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Like you didn't know who to root for. You was like, oh my god, he killing. Oh my god, he killing. Oh my god, he killing. Oh my god, oh my. It was one of those, man. It was one of those battles, man. If you weren't in the building, you weren't in the building. But that second round, I don't know, man. It was flawless from both of them. The second round, they both had rebuttals. Trez had 3 rebuttals in his second round, 3 back to back at the start of his first round, or the start of his second round. Ryder at the start of his second round flipped something that Trez said in the first round. Ryder had a rebuttal. Nobody knew that Ryder can rebuttal. Nobody seen him do it before. But guess what? He did it, and he did it flawlessly. And he got a crazy crowd reaction. Crazy crowd reaction. Crowd was going nuts for his rebuttal. Ryder's rebuttal was pretty dope. Now Trez came back with 3 rebuttals, so you know that they was all crazy too. So it's like this battle, man. They matching up. They put me in a crazy spot trying to pick who won for y'all, but I don't know, man. It's really more of a preference, I feel like, but from for me, that second round's gotta. If I gotta give it to somebody, it's gotta go to Ryder, man. And the reason that I'm gonna say Ryder's gonna take this round, the reason that I'm gonna say Ryder takes this round, is because I feel like it took him less time to get to the haymakers than it did for Trez. I feel like he was landing his haymakers more often than Trez was in his second. So I'm gonna give a slight edge. I'm gonna give a slight edge in the second round to Ryder. Now the third round was debatable. Third round was crazy. Like Trez was spitting that real stuff. Trez was gonna create a whole battle, man. The fool said, first time I gripped and popped, my heart dropped. Eyes closed. It felt like I was getting shot. Ow! Like, what? Dog, Trez was on a different level, man. Like, these bars that was being spit, they was on another level. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know who got this battle, but that third up, I think I give it to Trez, man. I gotta wait till it drop on cam, but I think that third I'm gonna give it to Trez in the building. So I got it 2-1 Ryder. Ryder taking the first and second. That's the recap so far. The third is close though, man. The third, I don't want to give Ryder that third, man, but I might have. Ryder got the third round too, man. I feel like Ryder edged him all 3 rounds. I feel like Ryder had more hunger. I don't know if that was because Chef was sleep. I don't know. I feel like Ryder just had a little bit more hunger, which made everything hit a little bit more. It made it have a little more impact. It pushed it over the top just a little bit more. So, because they were so even each round, it was. I think I edged Ryder the third too, man. So I got Ryder. Dang, I can't believe I'm saying this. I got Rada 3-0 edging every round, but nobody in any sort of way. This is a crazy battle. Now, y'all know how people seen Av and Rum Nitty, and people say, okay, Rum Nitty outbarred this fool for 3 rounds, got craziness, he was crazy, and but Av came back and he fought back well. But a lot of people say that Rum Nitty got all 3 rounds. Now, you say that Av was fighting back crazy, he had some crazy stuff, but that doesn't mean that he won all 3 rounds. Now, a lot of people say that. I don't know. I probably got to watch that battle like 5-6 more times before I give my interpretation on that battle. But because that battle was a classic for sure. But this battle is a bar fest. This battle got replay value for years, man. Years. This is a dope battle. So if you weren't in the building, you weren't in the building. Next battle. Mo Moolah versus Billy Boondocks. Okay, now before the battle even started, they were gonna flip the coin, and somebody flipped the coin, and I guess Billy called it after it hit the ground, or like the second it hit the ground, and so Moolah like kicked the coin away and was like, "Nah, you gonna call it in the air? You gonna call it in the air?" And then Billy was like, "Nah, I call it when I want. I call it when I want." And then there's like this little beef thing starting, and Beasley like broke it up real quick, and then you know how Beasley do. He gonna put a fist knife bullet or a foot in you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, y'all know how Beasley do, man. So it was cool, and then it was like, all right, cool. We'll flip the coin. We'll just flip the coin here or whatever. Beasley had to flip the coin, like it was all official and everything. So Beasley flipped the coin or whatever, and you know Billy Boondocks. You know he calls it when he wants. So he didn't call it till it barely wasn't on the floor. So it was ding, tails. He called it when he wants, and guess what? It was tails. He said, "You rap, nigga." First round on Mo Moolah. Mo Moolah had a dope first round. It was a dope first round. The only thing I really remember was Twerk coming in, and Mo Moolah was like, "What's gonna be the cause of death?" And then Twerk was like, "Madness!" And then that shit was fire. That shit was fire in the building. So Mo Moolah had a dope first round for sure. But Billy had a dope first round too, man. Billy out the gate, it's just hilarious. So like the first round is like a preference, you know, like what you want. Like you want to laugh, or you want like more bars, or like. Don't get me wrong, Mo Moolah was making us laugh too, but Billy was just on another level of making us laugh. So it goes by like your preference. And personally, I think that Billy won the first round. That's just my opinion. That was my opinion. That was most people's opinion that was around me. Who y'all got? Billy? Okay, y'all got Billy? Okay, y'all got Billy. So most people had Billy winning the first round. The second round, Moolah choked. Not going to get into it. He choked. It wasn't a stumble. It was a choke. He choked and then stopped his round short. And then in his third, he did the same thing, but even shorter. And it's incredible how he had a battle against Young X and was so prepared for that battle that didn't go down. Then now he gets a one-off. He gets to skip the PGs. It's just interesting, you know. But that he's gonna come here and choke when he had rounds ready for Young X. But I don't know. I guess he didn't keep those around anymore. So Billy Boondocks probably got a 3-0. The last 2 rounds were by default. The first round, you know, it's debatable, but most people have Billy taking that too. So, man, Billy's made 2 people choke in a row. This is now 2 people that Billy's made choke in a row. Is there something called the Billy curse, man? I don't know. Maybe Billy needs to battle a name, man. If DNA beats Daylight, like I think he will, if DNA beats Daylight, that might be dope. Daylight versus Billy Boondocks. I might be able to live with that on a card. I might be able to live with that. That could get some hype behind it. I could see that. But next battle. Fettuccine versus Jack Boy. This battle was ridiculous, point blank period. So pretty much this battle, Fetty decided to go first. He said, "Fuck coin toss, I'm going first." So he started going crazy. You know what I mean? And Fetty had a dope first round. Then Jack goes. Jack gets a crazy, crazy, crazy first round. He clearly got the first round in the building, in my opinion. Then on the second round, Fetty had one of those rounds where you're like, yo, I don't think that Jack can beat this round. It was one of those rounds. If Fetty comes like he came in his second round, that shit was crazy. If he comes every round like that, it's going to be hard to beat Fetty, man. It's going to be hard to beat Fetty. It's going to be real hard to beat Fetty, man. Like, because that second was a problem. But then Jack goes, and you like, man, I don't know if he could top. Jack topped it, man. Jack topped it. You can call it debatable. But in my opinion, Jack topped it, man. Jack might have had the bar of the night. He might have had the bar of the night. Like, I don't know, man. It's like like I said, it's one of those rounds that it felt like you couldn't beat it, and then if somebody comes back with something crazier, you gotta give them the round. So I think Jack got the second round too, but Jack has shit. He said, what he said war on the block. So Mahita, I got it out. The mom said be home before the lights on, so I shot him out. That was the bar of the night. That bar was crazy. Crazy. That bar was ridiculous, man. That bar, even Norbs was like, yo, that was the bar of the night. Like, yeah, that was the bar of the night. Jack Boy Maine, the bar of the night. That was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous bar, man. That shit hit so hard in the building. So it's like you gotta give Jack the second too. Third round was dope. Third round was a toss up in my opinion. You can give it to Jack or Fetty. My personal opinion, I probably give it to Fetty. I probably give Fetty the third round. He tried something different. It kind of worked. Jack replied with just more bars, and you know they were hitting too. So if you want to edge Jack the third for like keeping it consistent, keep going through. Okay, that's cool. Then it's Jack. You know, you can get Jack the third. But you know, I like Fetty's creativeness in his third. Like what he tried to do. He tried to bring in some people and rap something, but it didn't really hit that hard, and they messed up the hat flip. You know what? Jack got the third, man. What am I saying? Jack got the third. Jack got the third, man. He got the third. That was the feel in the building. I'm not gonna sit there and try and make it feel like it was any different, man. Jack got the third. So in my opinion, Jack edged every round. And this is coming in unbiased. Y'all gotta understand, I'm unbiased, man. If I say that Fetty spazzed and that this is the best Fetty we've ever seen, it's the best Fetty we've ever seen. And guess what? This was the best Fetty that we've ever seen. This is the craziest Fetty that I've ever seen, man. Fetty in his second was ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. So this battle was gonna be crazy. Point blank period. They both spaz in the second. So that second could be debatable too. The second is debatable. The third is debatable. The first, I'll probably give it to Jack Boy pretty clear. So, y'all gotta understand, after this battle, so it's 5 battles, so there's only like 3 or 4 battles left. So a lot of people started leaving because they had already seen who they wanted to see, and so they weren't interested in the Joe and Dougie, the Bonus and Gaddafi, and the Ty Law and Jay Murder battles. So it's like, okay, like, y'all not interested, okay, whatever. So then a lot of people left, so pretty much a third of the crowd ended up being We Go Hard. Like pretty much everybody on the left side of the room was like We Go Hard, and everybody like else was like, you know, everybody else. So then Hayes versus Roller goes, and then it's a pretty boring battle. Roller was drunk. The battle's probably not gonna drop. Roller was drunk. It was 3-0 for Hayes. Yeah, that's pretty simple. And then it was Joe versus Dougie. At this point, a lot of people had left because Roller versus Hayes really wasn't that good of a battle at all. Like Hayes just kind of got it by default. So, you know, like it is what it is. But Joe versus Dougie, a lot of people left. So like, yeah, like I said, like a third, like pretty much half the crowd, like We Go Hard at this point. like just staying there supporting like the rest of the people that is there, which I rock with. I commend it. You feel me? Um, and Joe versus Dougie was dope, man. The first round, Joe he wanted to go first. He wanted a coin toss. I actually flipped a coin for this battle. So y'all gonna see that in the footage. But yeah, I flipped a coin for this battle, and Joe won the coin toss, and he decided to go first. So I thought that was pretty dope. After um, after a pretty bad pretty bad battle to come out like just swinging. Um, and Joe was coming out swinging, man. He was coming out swinging, and he had some dope stuff, man. He had some dope stuff. A couple things that like didn't catch on camera, but or you didn't catch in the building, but you'll catch it on camera. So, um, that first round was dope. Then Dougie comes out in his first round. Man, Dougie was spazzing. Dougie was spazzing out the gate. Joe was spazzing out the gate too, but Dougie was really spazzing. Like it was crazy. Like Joe said something crazy in his first, and I'm not even going. I was gonna say the bar just now, but I'm not gonna say the bar. I'm just gonna save it. Y'all can dwell on that, man. Joe versus Dougie. When it dropped, y'all gonna want to see that first round, man. That first round was ridiculous from Joe. Now, the first round from Dougie was crazy, and I'll probably edge Dougie the first round. I'll probably edge him, a slight edge, Dougie the first round. The second round, Joe spit his round, and it was okay. It was okay. He had a couple things that hit in the building, but a lot of stuff went overhead. So, but you got to understand too, when he did have a haymaker or two, it's hard to get your stuff off when like people like won't react. Like it's one thing if you cool and you like you there to support your people, but if you not gonna even like be like okay, like that's decent, like for somebody's stuff when they battling your man, like come on, like you gotta at least respect the bars. Like if somebody's spitting something hot and you see that there's only y'all in the room, y'all can't just be quiet when he says something hot. That ain't right. So y'all made Joe look bad. The crowd made Joe look bad in the second and third round. So Dougie took the battle 3-0 in the building. It might look different on cam. I know on cam y'all are gonna catch a lot of stuff that Joe said because I was catching pretty much most of it. Y'all gonna see me behind Joe. I was going crazy, man. Joe had some crazy haymakers, but it's just they was going over people's heads. So like it is what it is. So like you got to make it land in the building. So if it don't land in the building, guess what? It's not gonna look crazy. But I mean, it's not about not landing in the building neither. Like Dougie was on another level. Like I'm not taking nothing away from Dougie. Dougie was on another level. Dougie was better tonight than he was against Twerk. Way better tonight than he was against Twerk. Dougie went all the time that he could in all of his rounds, which was smart. And Joe kept his kind of short since the crowd stopped fucking with him. So Dougie, he took that momentum, and it looked like a 3-0, but it might be the first might be kind of close on the cam, but I'm not sure. So at this point, a lot of people kind of like left or sifted out. Then it's Gaddafi versus Bonus. I'm not gonna say nothing about this battle because a lot of people said it was Gaddafi 2-1 or 3-0 in the building, but the crowd wasn't really reacting to either one of them, so it wasn't really that crazy of a battle. Like Norms and Beasley, they was chilling in the back during this battle. Like no one would everybody was like okay, you know what I mean? Like no one was really interested in the rest of the battles at this point, which is kind of sad, but it's just a sad reality. Like maybe you should put the battles that matter at the end, so people got to stay and support all the other battles. But I mean, it is what it is. So this battle's for the cam. Pretty much you can pick who you got winning. I'm not gonna say nothing. Give my opinion. I'm gonna wait to watch that battle on cam because it's gonna be a cam battle. I want to catch everything for myself. And then we got Ty Law versus Jay Murda. That was the last one. I'm pretty much just gonna say the same thing. This was for the cam. There was some dope bars said, but it's like a lot of times where like they'll say something dope and it man, because nobody caught it. So that they'll literally it frustrates you when you really think that somebody's gonna catch something and they don't. So like I completely understand, like, but the crowd was kind of asleep, man, during both these battles. So I'm just gonna say that it was Ty Law in the it was Jay Murda in the building. I'm sorry, Jay Murda in the building. Ty Law in the building. probably 2-1. But it might look different for J Murder 2-1 on cam. So I'm just going to wait to see this on cam. And it's going to be dope. And that was pretty much the event. So that's my recap. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm about to get some sleep. I got to be up for work in 4 hours, man. Y'all got me doing crazy stuff for y'all, man. But we out here, man. Peace. Follow me on Twitter, RomeDMV. Y'all already know.